One piece of advice to an aspiring politician: don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. And one of the kids asked me what my net worth was. I don't have an answer for that. I still have law school debt. So I was like, negatives. It's a lot of really fun work that I, as a lawyer, have a lot of nerdy respect for. Dante Kagewak, Nitsugason Sipsis Kipotagao Chinia. Hello friends, my name is Brooks Arcand-Paul. I come from the Alexander First Nation, which is in Treaty 6 territory, and I am the MLA for Edmonton West Henday, the Shadow Minister for Indigenous Relations with the Alberta New Democrats, His Majesty's loyal opposition. Why politics? Well, I was really brought to this after Jason Kenney, the former premier, put in force Bill 1, the Critical Infrastructure Defense Act. I was very dismayed by the rights of Indigenous peoples, particularly protesters, who were not given the ability to show their democratic right of protest. At the time, there was protests across the country in support of Wet'suwet'en. And wherever you fall on that spectrum, whether you support or not support, what I wanted to protect was the fundamental rights of people to do what was allowed under our Constitution. Well, the values of the New Democrats are aligned with my own values. I know that Indigenous people, particularly Nehiwak, Cree people, we are very much in line with ensuring that our entire community is upheld. One principle I believe in and I stand by is Wukotuin, which means that we are all interrelated, that we all have responsibilities to each other. And that's exactly what I value about the New Democrats, is that we really believe in making sure that everybody is uplifted and everyone is supported, no matter what walk of life that you come from. What do MLAs do? Good question. So I do a lot of community engagement. I'm always out doing community events with my colleague Janice Irwin or my colleague Jody Calhoun Stonehouse, or any number one of my colleagues. That's the best part of the job, is being out in community, going to schools, but a lot of it is also preparation. As a lawyer, I really do like being able to speak to bills in a very fulsome way. I always carry bills around in my bag to be able to speak to them at any moment's notice. So you caught me at a moment where I'm about to prepare for today's debate on some of the bills, and it's a lot of really fun work that I, as a lawyer, have a lot of nerdy respect for. It depends. So we have our legislature session, which is at certain parts of the year, and we come into the legislature. We go and debate bills. We have question period where we ask questions of the government, and then there's times when we're not in session, which is a lot of community work. We still do the community work during session, which means that we have very long days. I think one of the past couple of days, I've had 18-hour days. And so it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of really worthwhile stuff, because you get to support your community, you get to represent your community, and you get to really be the face of, for my case, Edmonton West Henday in the legislature. I really love getting to debate. I think that is the training in me. That's my career. But I do love bringing facts and science into the legislature. But I also really, really love being around people. And so I've always been a very big extrovert, and I get a lot of energy from being out with people. And so getting to be around a lot of big crowds, our supporters, that is I think the most favorite part of this job. I think the one thing I would like to change is that divisiveness that I talked about. I wish there was more working across the aisle, because Albertans deserve that. Albertans deserve a government that will listen to the opposition, and an opposition that will work in tandem with the government, because it is important work that we both do, holding government accountable, but the government also has big decisions to make, and we represent all Albertans, whether they want to recognize that or not. I think the only regret that I have in being a politician is how divisive our society has become. And I know that's not a personal regret. I know that that's not something that I take responsibility for, but I wish there was more that I could do to bring communities together. Right now, we are so divided and we don't agree on the bare minimum. And I think that's one of my regrets right now, is that I don't have the solutions for that, but I do want to find them. And I want to work with Albertans to find those solutions. I have lots of favorite moments at the legislature, whether that's introducing my bill, the Reconciliation Implementation Act, consulting on my bill, and also starting off my journey here by not only swearing my oath in the legislature in my language in Nehiawian, but also being able to lift the pipe with my kukum and Elder Francis Alexis, who really brought us in a good way to make sure that the work we do in there always centers our ceremonies, centers our people, and ensures that we bring our values as Nehiwak into that place to ensure that we build an Alberta for all of us. Okay, my favorite public interaction is meeting with students in the classroom. No matter which age, whether which grade, the number one question that comes up is, how much money do you make? And it's all public disclosure, so I tell the kids anyway. But they like to know that. And just recently, I was at a school in my riding, Winterburn School, and one of the kids asked me what my net worth was. I don't have an answer for that. I still have law school debt. So I was like, negatives, because I'm in law school debt. But that is my favorite interaction, just interacting with the kids, because they know so much and they're really paying attention. They know what's going on around them. One piece of advice to an aspiring politician: don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. I would say build your career. Make sure that you are coming in this place with some expertise. For me, I worked as a lawyer for almost 10 years and then came in here to make sure that I'm doing good work, that I know what I'm talking about, because people will understand you and will treat you as credible when you speak to things that might be in your purview. So I would really urge you, if you are interested, please do a career. Do not become a career politician. Do that hard work, so then that way you can serve the people that you need to serve with absolute credibility. My 10-year vision for my riding is to bring people together. I have a very big riding that includes the north end, which is separated from a big industrial park. And then I have on the northwest end a community that's growing and building. And it feels all very disconnected. And I want to bring people together in a way that we recognize that we're an entire community. But I also want to make sure that we get the amenities that every other neighborhood in Edmonton has: schools, emergency services, commercial developments. But we can't do that unless we have governments that are willing to put those in place. So I want to keep putting pressure on the government to get those services that we need.